Being homeless can happen from one moment to the next. You're doing great, and then shortly after you turn around and one thing happens and that can knock everything out of place and you can find yourself homeless. I worked hard. I worked 3 jobs and I still couldn't pay my rent. I was going to college so that I would be able to, be a better person and get a great job. I was doing what needed to be done and I still managed to find myself in that same situation.
I wanted to go back to iron working and I couldn't. It was just too much on my back. I couldn't find a job like making more than 14 or 15 bucks, if that. Rent is astronomical. I just didn't have the money. And the landlord, when he found out, he wanted me out. I had nowhere to turn, there was nowhere I could have went.
You don't have time to address the shock to your system because you're looking to see where you're going to sleep that night.
Simple things like getting a job. All of a sudden, your talent and your skill went out the door because all they hear is, she lives in a shelter? You're homeless? No, thank you.
Man, when you move around and you disrupt the child's life, it's hard on kids.
You're not going to be in a healthy environment if you're constantly moving, if you're sleeping on couches, if you're living in shelters. If you're not healthy and if your kids aren't being educated, then the cycle just continues.
It was a period in my life that I just needed help, and MBHP gave me that.
MBHP changed everything.
MBHP's goal in providing families with housing that's safe and stable and secure allows them to get back on their feet, to pull the pieces back together, and to begin to take the steps forward that we know families want to take.
I remember the day she gave me the voucher and I was...
That's good, right?
I was so excited.
Yeah, it was good.
Getting that voucher just made such a huge difference. I felt like a person again. I felt like I could be proud to say that I was someone's mother.
Life just turned around. The job that Chris from MBHP gave me, that saved me.
You get one thing working for you, you can just move to the next thing and make it work, and make it work, and make it work.
Because my rent wasn't sky high, I was able to put away a tiny bit, very little, but every month I could put away a little bit of money so that I could have something in the future and, start to rebuild.
One of our most exciting programs is our Family Self-Sufficiency Program. The FSS program allows families to escrow and put aside a portion of their rent each month, and as their incomes increase, their savings increase.
I've saved money. It feels fantastic. If I keep this pace up, I'll be able to move on and, hopefully buy something on my own.
Now the future is bright. Now I'm a homeowner. I have my daughter, I have my business. She will go to college and she will not be homeless at any point in time.
It's actually a life-changing event. If it wasn't for MBHP, I wouldn't have gotten this apartment. My mother, my son, and myself would not be together. For me, that's the biggest thing.
We're happy, we're together, we're a family. And it's because we had MBHP in our corner.
It changed my life. It changed my son's life. The future looks bright.
I'm excited that MBHP is going to be moving directly across the street from the college. It's going to be a shot in the arm for the community.
Having a modern office space that meets the needs of the folks that come to us, having it right next to public transportation, we're going to be far more accessible to the folks that seek assistance from us.
They're going to be providing workshops and support services for residents in our neighborhood, but also the people who are coming and being served are the kinds of people we want to attract back into our neighborhoods.
We're going to bring 155 new jobs to the neighborhood that didn't exist previously.
We're not just developing a building, we're not just developing a housing unit, we're developing a community.
You should support MBHP because the work that we do makes a difference in real people's lives every day.
Bet on MBHP, because we're it.